Good morning. Happy Tuesday. I'm early, but it is time for just a word from the Word. Our passage this morning comes from the book of Luke, chapter 23, verse 34, and I'm reading from the English Standard Version. And Jesus said, Father, forgive them, for they know not what they do. And they, in this sentence, is talking about the Roman soldiers, cast lots to divide his, Jesus, garments. Jesus is on the cross. He has suffered cruelty, anger, hate, despicable treatment. He's suffering horrendously. We get the word excruciating from the cross. He was in excruciating pain. And he sees people mocking him, hating him, spitting at him, reviling him. And Jesus' response was, Father, forgive them, because they really don't know what they're doing. As I've pondered last night and this morning, I can't get away from the example of the cross. Not only is it an example, it is a necessary place for us to go on a regular basis to check our hearts. It's the only way to live. We must look to the cross. If we're holding hurt, anger, bitterness, grudges against people, when we look at people, it just makes those grudges worse. When we look at people, it just hurts us more. But if we look at the cross, we realize that if anybody had the right to hold a grudge, it's God. God is the only one that is truly pure, righteous, and holy enough to carry a grudge. And God's response to how we've treated him is the cross. I'm going to make this short. But this morning's just a word from the Word is this. Look to the cross. If you're struggling with loving somebody, look to the cross. You and I are not always the most lovable people in this world, and yet God's response to that is the cross. If you're having trouble forgiving somebody, God didn't have to forgive us, but his response to our sin against him is the cross. Saints of the Most High, hear me. This is much more serious than I normally am, but I cannot get away from it. The cross is the answer. Look to the cross. When you're struggling, look to the cross. When you've sinned, look to the cross. When you're holding a grudge, look to the cross. I can't do anything better than to point you to Jesus. Not the sweet Jesus in the pictures that's putting his arms around you, though he does. Sometimes we need the reminder of the cross. The depth of torture and pain that Jesus suffered so you and I can live forgiven and free is found in the cross. Look to the cross. And that is this morning's just a word from the word. God bless you. Have a beautiful day. If you look to the cross, you'll have a day full of freedom. God bless you, and Lord willing, we'll see you tomorrow morning.